the crowd. Golden Showcase. Big A is underway. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
This is the OTB Television Network.
One back, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Television Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseder. And now with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. In just a few short days, this coming weekend, Breeders' Cup Saturday will be upon us. 7 great championship races. We're going to go over that later on in our notes portion of the program. We've got several good races from this past weekend we want to let you get to see on the show this week, including the California Cup. We've selected a few of the best of that series of races from Saturday afternoon. And there were some other nice races around the country as well, not necessarily connected to this coming weekend's Breeders' Cup, but they stand alone in their own right as well. So let's get them rolling here. We'll start you off down at Miami. The Calder Derby was run Saturday afternoon. 3-year-olds are on the grass. They're at a mile and a furlong. $200,000 is the guaranteed purse. Let's go to Phil Saltzman. He's got the call of the Derby.
And they're off in the Calder Derby. Sign of a Bird on the outside breaks sharply. Judith's Temper moves up toward the inside, moving to get the lead. That's Shamrock City. Then tucked in at the hedge, it's Ski Maker. Next in hand, it's up front, a length and a half back. That's the Kaiser. Then toward the inside, it's Crowd Pleaser. It's another length back, Crafty Sandy. Toward the inside, that's Font de Vol. And a half length to the outside, it's Stay Sound. They went the first quarter in 24-2. They move into the clubhouse turn, and it's Shamrock City in front, the length and a half. Judith's Temper on the outside is second, a length to the hedge. Ski Maker is third. Then the Kaiser fourth, about 4 lengths off the lead. At the hedge up front and Snug Restraint is next. Half length back, Crowd Pleaser. Then a length to the outside, Sign of a Bird. Moving up on the inside, that's Font de Vol. Half length back, it's Crafty Sandy. And to the outside, Stay Sound. They went to half in 48-3. 4 furlongs left to go in the Calder handicap and on the Calder Derby, and on the outside, it's Judith's Temper with a short lead. At the head, Shamrock City right there second, the Kaiser on the outside. Further out, Crowd Pleaser finds his best stride, comes on fourth. Then at the hedge, Ski Maker about 3 lengths off the lead is next. Crafty Sandy between horses. Then toward the outside, it's Stay Sound making up ground. Past the quarter pole to the top of the stretch. 3 horses across the course. On the inside, it's Shamrock City. On the outside, moving to challenge for the lead is Crowd Pleaser. Between them, it's the Kaiser. Length and a half back, Stay Sound comes on. They move past the 8th pole. It's Crowd Pleaser now drawing off the lead by 2. Stay Sound moves into second position. It's Crowd Pleaser. He takes the call to Derby. Stay Sound is second, close for the show.
Well, here's Crowd Pleaser, and of course, Jonathan Shepard did have Crowd Pleaser entered in the Breeders' Cup race as in the mile and a half turf, and they thought that was a little bit ambitious, and thus they decided to run down in Miami. Very wise decision for Augustin Stables and Jonathan Shepard, because beating this crowd has become very difficult. Here's his 4th in a row. We saw him win the Virginia Derby earlier on at Colonial, now down at Calder. To get this one, Jean-Luc Samyn in the irons for 2 1/4 length score. This is a son of A.P. Indy, as you recall. Stay Sound and the Kaiser will be the place and show runners. Crowd Pleaser sent off the 6-5 fave. Goes the mile and a furlong, 1:47 and 3. In Maryland over the weekend, the two-year-old races of the fall, the Futurity and the Salima for the Colts and fillies will run. We'll show you Saturday's first. That would be the Laurel Futurity. Mile and a furlong is the distance on both races. They're both 100 granders. These are the two-year-old Colts, and here's Dave Rodman's call.
And they're off. Here, the Laurel Futurity. Rare Standard and Millions, Shore Leave on the extreme outside, followed by Blazing Colors, Scootin' Scooter, and More Better at the tail of the field as they enter the first turn. Favorite Millions is up on the outside. Rare Standard going to blaze right along on the inside of that one. And there goes Rare Standard out to establish the advantage here, 3 parts of a length, tracked by the big favorite Millions in the second spot. Then Blazing Colors 3 wide around the turn, More Better. In between horses is Scootin' Scooter, and Shore Leave is last of all. They're all bunched up here, only 5 lengths first to last as they round that turn. Very ordinary opening quarter there with Rare Standard and Millions on the outside, tracking well in hand there. They're on even terms, Rare Standard and Millions. It's about a 3-length break, and Blazing Colors is in third. More Better is next, and Scootin' Scooter in between runners, and Shore Leave is last of all, still packed up 5 lengths first to last with less than 5 furlongs to go. Pace slowed up even more here. Millions on the outside, eager to run on. Millions edging forward ahead in front. Rare Standard at the rail in second. A break of 2. Blazing Colors, More Better. Then Scootin' Scooter, another 2, and Shore Leave is the trailer. Entering the far turn, about 3/8 of a mile to go in the Laurel Futurity, and Rare Standard on the inside, Millions on the outside. They've been the leaders throughout. And now Blazing Colors going to try to make a move on the top 2 out there, 3 deep, but it's another 3 lengths, and it's More Better next. Shore Leave second last, and Scootin' Scooter is dropped out last. A quarter of a mile to run. Rare Standard, Millions, Blazing Colors on the outside. They homeward bound now, and it's Rare Standard, Millions now going to have every chance to push on by. Millions on the outside finally pushes by with a furlong to go from Rare Standard. It's a 3-length break, and More Better is in third. Blazing Colors is flattened out down to the final 16th, and it's Millions at 1-5. No disappointment. Millions strolling home to the win by 3.
Well, here's another defection from the Breeders' Cup, as Millions was a pre-entrant in the juvenile, and trainer Leon Blusewitz decided to run the Son of the Hare in Maryland to see how he'd do, and he just has an easy time of it, winning 3 3/4 lengths. Edgar Prado up aboard the 2-5 fave. He just dueled early on and then just said, enough of this, and drew off for the nice score. Gets his 3rd in a row and will run next in New York at Aqueduct in the Remsen. Rare Standard, More Better. They're the place and show runners. Here's Millions. Looks like he's going to have a nice future. Going the mile and a furlong Saturday, 1:51 and 2. All right, the gals turn on Sunday in the Salima, again with 9 furlongs, 100 added. 2-year-old fillies. Again, Dave Rodman with the call.
And they're off. There goes Timely Irony, Perfect Challenge. The first 2 out of the starting gate. Petunia will settle, and Magic Broad moves up on the outside, takes that 3rd spot, and Petunia settles in 4th of that clubhouse turn. Long Shot, Colonial Diamond, and Crypto Express in the back of the pack. On round the turn they go, and it's Timely Irony leading the way, edging off here by a length and a half from Perfect Challenge. And Magic Broad is up close there on the outside. Magic Broad actually taking the 2nd spot, is eager to run early past the 7/8 pole. Petunia is 1 off the rail, and at the rail is Crypto Express, and trailing the field is Colonial Diamond. 6.5 lengths separates the whole field. Pace not fast at all out here. It's Timely Irony leading the way by a neck. Magic Broad right at her neck on the outside. Perfect Challenge at the rail, and Petunia is tracking well in hand there. 4th position, just 3 lengths from the lead. Crypto Express is next, and trailing the field is still Colonial Diamond. On past the 5/8, Timely Irony leading it by a neck from Magic Broad. Perfect Challenge 3rd at the rail, and Petunia still in 4th, just a couple lengths off that lead now. Crypto Express and Colonial Diamond, not much change with a half mile to go in the race. Very slow pace continues out here. Timely Irony edges around the fiery turn. Magic Broad now 2nd and a length and a quarter off that lead. 3rd on the inside is Perfect Challenge. Petunia still stalking in hand there in 4th. Petunia now takes the 3rd spot with less than 3/8 of a mile to go. Coming to the midway point of the final turn. Magic Broad engaging Timely Irony. Petunia keeping track in 3rd. Perfect Challenge under a ride now in 4th position. A length and a half. Crypto Express and Colonial Diamond is the trailer. Taylor. Top of the stretch, they're homeward bound here at Laurel, and the two favorites come to the top. Magic Broad, Petunia on the outside. Timely Irony in between horses is Perfect Challenge, but through the last furlong, it's Magic Broad. Magic Broad 2.5 from Petunia. Between them is Perfect Challenge in third, and Timely Irony finally retreating in the final 16th. It's going to be Magic Broad. No magic involved. Simply the best. Wins by 4.
Magic Broad, Richard Small and Dickie Meyerhoff, connected daughter of Broad Brush, wins the Salima for fun here, 4 1/4 lengths. Edgar Prado in the irons, so Prado wins both stakes for the 2-year-olds down at Laurel over the weekend. Petunia, off of that nice win at Colonial in a stake, runs on and is clearly second best, beating Perfect Challenge to the wire for the place in show spots. But Magic Broad, much too good for these other 2-year-old fillies, as she goes the mile and a furlong in 1:52 and 3, and as you would expect, a daughter of Broadbrush. All right, let's go to Delaware Park on Saturday afternoon. They had the Kelso handicap. 1 mile and 3/16 is the distance. $50,000 is the guaranteed purse. Here's John Curran in the booth with the race call.
6 in 1:15, and the work is cut out if they're going to catch Black Blade. With these fractions, Black Blade now being set down by Buddy Winnett. Has it by 4 lengths. Testing Racing second. Tricky Mister on the outside third. But this race was won in the first half mile. Black Blade has plenty left and will win this one going away. Black Blade to take it by about 6 lengths. Tight for second. Testing on the inside. Tricky Mister and a head bob for second and third.
Black Blade, B.G. Winnett Jr. in the irons. All he had to do was just steer this guy around the course. Gets his second in a row, this son of St. Bellado. He slowed him down. Look at those fractions, 3/4 and 1:15. 6-length rocking chair snooze victory for Black Blade. Hey, we got a dead heat for second there. Testing and Tricky Mister could not be separated as they hit the wire in unison. Black Blade's 1 mile and 3/16, 1:57 and 4. All right, the Lexington. Keeneland closed out its 16-day fall meeting, a very successful fall meeting at that, with the Dowager Stakes on Saturday afternoon. This is 1.5 miles for the fillies and mares, $75,000 in added purse monies. Here's Kurt Becker's call of Saturday's Dowager.
But into the stretch, it is still Ted Arshana coming to the 8th pole, who leads it by 2.5. Miss North Beach now goes to 3rd. Verenha chasing down Ted Arshana, and Miss North Beach is 3rd, but still 1.5 lengths away. Final 16th of the Dowager. Verenha gets a short lead. Coming to the finish, Miss North Beach is there. Verenha gets it by a neck.
3, 2. This is Verenha, Padua Stable owned and Dwayne trained. This Brazilian import gets her first North American stake victory, sent off at 5-2, and Pat Day, in his usual patient ride, has enough left to get her up for the next score. Miss North Beach was second. Tedashana finishing in the show spot. The Verana at 5-2 odds goes the 1.5 miles in 2:31 and 1. And of course, with Keeneland closing Saturday, Churchill opened up on Sunday afternoon, all shined up and ready to go for this Saturday's Breeders' Cup. But first things first, the featured opening day race was the Ack handicap, a nice sprint at 7.5 furlongs. The purse on the Ack, a $100,000 added race. Kurt Becker, again in Louisville this time, has the call.
At the post, and they're off. Take Note of Me broke sharply in between horses, but Crafty Friend and Distorted Humor are each a step quicker. High Stakes Player moves up on the far outside around Take Note of Me, then Little Bit Lively, and Chindi the Gray drops way out to the back, moving on to the main track. Crafty Friend leading High Stakes Player less than a length. then Distorted Humor outside of Little Bit Lively, who goes fourth toward the rail. Gap of nearly 3 more back to Take Note of Me, and Chindi, who now is catching up with the rest of the field, following a quarter in 22 and 2/5 seconds. Crafty Friend leading High Stakes Player, but only by a half length onto the far turn. Margin of 2 more finds Distorted Humor third with Little Bit Lively toward the inside, then Chindi and Take Note of Me, who is now last. The half in 45 and 2. Crafty Friend, the leader, less than a length. Distorted Humor goes wide, trying to challenge High Stakes Player for second. They both have Crafty Friend to catch. Chindi on the far outside is fourth. Coming to the 8th pole, Distorted Humor challenging Crafty Friend. Chindi is still third, 2 lengths away. Final furlong for Distorted Humor, who gets a narrow lead from Crafty Friend. At the 16th pole, Distorted Humor nursing that lead, coming to the line. Distorted Humor wins the Ack-Ack.
Well, Distorted Humor, once earlier on in the year, thought there might be a candidate for the sprint, but had a few bumps in the road. But Elliott Wallen's got this Preston Wood runner straightened out now as he gets his third win out of 5 lifetime starts. He was second the other 2 times. Length and 3/4 to the good here. 4 wide and driving. Look at him roll down the stretch there. Not to be denied the victory in the Ack-Ack on a Sunday. He's a son of 49er Calvin Burrell in the irons. Crafty Friend and Chindi second and third under the line. Distorted Humor's 7.5 furlongs, an odd distance. 1:29 and 3. All right, to Oklahoma City. Remington Park on Sunday afternoon had 2-year-olds going post within the $150,000 guaranteed Remington Futurity. Torrential rainstorm in the Southwest on Sunday afternoon. Is Jim Byers' call with the sloppy Futurity.
On the outside, Tim Ducey and Temperance Time. A short lead now over Valley Creek Kid, who weakens and drops back in second. And then Centris looming toward third, just outside of Balco Bay. Way on the outside, King of Scat is coming on. They're in the stretch. They have a furlong to go with the Remington Futurity, and Temperance Time has the lead. King of Scat is chasing him home, though. The filly Centris back there in third. Final 16th. Temperance Time with the lead. King of Scat a hard trying second. Temperance Time is laboring. King of Scat right there. Temperance Time or King of Scat.
Well, the speed of Temperance Time and the closing punch of King of Scat put these two together in a tie on the line. Couldn't be separated. Tim Ducey aboard Temperance Time. Luis Quinones aboard King of Scat. Dead heat for the win in the Remington Futurity. The filly Centris gets the show spot. Temperance Hill, King of Scat, splashed through the 7 panels in the Futurity Sunday in 1:24 and 1. All right, let's take our first break right here. When we come out the break, we've got Northern and Southern California state-bred action aplenty from this past weekend. Don't go away. Also got Aqueduct as well, and then a look at the Breeders' Cup. Much more to come. Be right back after these messages.
Another Breeders' Cup championship moment. Hollywood Park was the site for the inaugural Breeders' Cup, and a capacity crowd witnessed a star-studded field in the first race, the $1 million Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Chief's Crown lived up to his billing as America's best 2-year-old with a determined drive to the wire.
They're inside the final furlong, and here comes Chief's Crown on the outside. He's taken the lead, and a champion is crowned.
Chief's Crown provided the first Breeders' Cup championship moment.
Ever thought of owning a pro team? Dream on. But you can still be a sports owner, thanks to the New York Breeding and Racing Program.
You can't afford a Major League ball club. This is the perfect alternative.
You're the owner. You're the George Steinberg.
It's pretty far-fetched to think that you could own a ball club or a hockey team or a football team, but it's really not out of the question if you have some success in life that you could own a thoroughbred racehorse. When the horse crosses the finish line, you think you won the World Series.
All right, Saturday in California was Cal Cup Day at Santa Anita, and then a addendum to Cal Cup Day up in San Mateo at Bay Meadows. We'll show you the Bay Meadows races first, the 2-year-old colts and fillies in their sprints. The Bams Penny Stakes is the 2-year-old state-bred fillies going 3/4 of a mile, 50 thou in added purse money. Here's Tony Kao with the call of the Bams Penny.
Turning into the stretch in the Bams Penny Stakes, Julie Etiquette extends her lead to over a length. Racing in second is Proud Janie. Proud to be a Jones third. Air Force Woman to the rail, final 16. Julie Etiquette trying to go gate to wire. To the outside, Proud Janie is chasing but not catching Julie Etiquette. Julie Etiquette wins the Bams Penny Stakes.
Julie Etiquette, Russell Muscle Bays up gets the score here in the Bams Penny. A front-end runner is Julie Etiquette, a length and a quarter to the good send-off at 5-2, and a daughter of Flying Continental. You remember that nice runner out in the West Coast. Proud Janie, and most of all, the runners-up in the race. Julie Etiquette goes her 6 furlongs in 10-2. All right, the colts' turn in the 9th race on the Bay Meadows card Saturday was the Don B. Stakes, 6 furlongs, 50 added. Again, here's Tony's call of the race.
Turning into the stretch in the Don B Stakes, and Starship gets away by better than 2. South City is after him into second. Reno Hightower is running a good one on the far outside. They're inside the final furlong. Starship still leads. South City is closing quickly, and Reno Hightower. Starship, South City, Reno Hightower, South City on the outside, South City.
Well, Starship was the 3-5 favorite, and looks like he's on his way to victory, and then he shied at something in the stretch, and I have to say that would cost him the victory, as South City just kept on running through the lane with Lonnie Mesh in the irons and nailed him by a head as they hit the wire. South City sent off at 5-1, a 2-year-old son of native prospector trained by Craig Roberts. 3-5 Starship. Well, a little green is shown there. Has to settle for second. Reno Hightower gets the show spot. South City's 6 furlongs, 1-10-3. All right, down to Santa Anita, where on Saturday afternoon, a crowd of over 29,000 people were on track to witness this year's Cal Cup Day. We've selected 4 of the best races from the 10-race California Cup card. Let's show them to you as they were run. We'll start you off with the 4th race, the California Cup Matron Handicap. The fillies and mares at 1 1/16, $125,000 is the guaranteed purse. Here's Trevor's call of the Matron.
Hello, way to go. Pert Laura bobbled at the start. Magical Allure comes away smoothly but doesn't want to go to the lead. On the outside, here comes Cook and Vicky, and Bell's Flag down at the rail. Magical Allure settling down in 3rd. Idealistic Cause down at the rail. Taylor May has been forced to go a little wide, and Pert Laura is only 3 lengths off them. They're not in any hurry early on. The early trailer, Supercilious, 5 lengths would cover them all. They head to the 3/4 pole, and now it's Bell's Flag picking up the running. Bell's Flag 3/4 of a length to Cook in Vicky. Magical Allure is right there in the 3rd spot, and Idealistic Cause at the rail 4th. Pert Laura is 4.5 off the leaders, and Taylor May on the outside of her. Supercilious trailing 6 lengths off the leaders. They head to the half-mile pole, and Bell's Flag pretty much got it all her own way out here, leads just over a length. Now Magical Allure is coming to put some pressure on her, and Cooking Vicky between them. Those 3 now line up as they head to the half-mile. 3 lengths back to Taylor May. Idealistic Cause been asked to pick it up. Pert Laura and Supercilious, 9 off the leaders. Into the far turn they go. Bell's Flag and Magical Allure. These 2 now hooking up in their own private little match race out here. Corrie Nakatani and Bell's Flag down at the rail. They finding more on the lead. Magical Allure and Gary Stevens breathe down their neck in second. Supercilious is starting to run on, but 8 lengths back. Heads a turn for home. Bell's Flag and Magical Allure, they stride for stride through the lane. Bell's Flag all heart at the rail. Magical Allure battling gamely on the outside. A 16th to go. Bell's Flag by a neck to Magical Allure. Bell's Flag, Magical Allure, they're going to hit the wire together. Close.
Bell's Flag and Magical Allure matched up, and Bell's Flag comes away with the score. A daughter of Avenue of Flags, trained by Darrell Vienna, gets the head victory over the 3-5 Bob Baffert and Golden Eagle Farms trainee Magical Allure. And you folks that follow the show, we've had Magical Allure on a couple of times. She had previously been undefeated. Here comes Bell's Flag and nails her. You might remember that Bell's Flag went through the La Cañada series 2 years ago. Then she had some problems, was laid up. She did win this race last year. So Bell's Flag, a state bred to be reckoned with, and she gets the first loss to Magical Allure. Supercilious will be the show runner. Excellent finish here in the Matron as Bell's Flag goes to mile 16th in 1:42 flat. All right, next up, the Cal Cup Sprint. 6 furlongs, of course. Again, 125 thou, the guaranteed purse. And again, we've got Trevor for you.
Oh, where they go, they all appear to break well. Red is very fast, and Red takes the early lead. Extreme outside, Scurry Home is showing speed. Down at the rail comes Peach Flat showing good speed too. Also in the group is King of the Wild, and just behind them, Destiny's Venture. Devoted Pirates in this leading group as well. Crimson Look is racing 7th, 5 off them. Surakai in the blue colours. Big Jag is 3rd last, 8 lengths off the leaders. Fast as a Speeding Bullet is back 2nd last, and Champ Star last. Into the turn they go, and Peach Flat flying. Peach Flat by a length and a half. King of the Wild 2nd. Red is in 3rd. Devoted Pirate sent along down at the rail. Then comes Scurry Home and Destiny's Venture. Now here comes Surakai, and Surakai is making a good run, and Big Jag. Big Jag coming beautifully too. Can he find a way through though? At the top of the lane now, and Peach Flat is the leader. Big Jag pulling out. Can he get through? Big Jazz. No, he got stopped. Surakai. Crimson Looks coming on late. Peach Flat, Surakai, Destiny's Venture. Big Jag swinging out even again. Can he come? Here he comes. Big Jag won from the outside. What a run. Big Jag up to...
Well, Big Jag is, without a doubt, the California Sprint champion. We saw him a couple of weeks ago up at Bay Meadows, winning the Sprint championship up there. He's now got 4 wins in a row for trainer Timmy Pinfield, a son of Clevin. Gets a length score with Jose Valdivia in the irons, despite being stopped and having to go from the inside to the outside. How much the best was Big Jag, sent off at 9-5. Finishing 2nd is Crimson Look, so we've got the same 1-2 finishers that we had in the Bay Meadows Sprint Championships that we had on the program a couple of weeks ago. Sorachi gets the show spot. Big Jag stands alone in the Golden State as the premier sprinter, going the 6 furlongs in 1:08.4. All right, now we go to the grass. The Cal Cup Mile for the older horses, 175 thou, the guaranteed purse on the race. Trevor Denman once again with the call.
Coming to the top of the lane, and Splendid Splinter in the red cap hits the front. Native Desert getting out and coming after him now. Global Performance in there. Fearless Pirate in with a shot too. They come for home, and Native Desert now strikes the front. Native Desert in front. Fearless Pirate. Here comes Turkey's Prize. Longliner coming from dead last with India Homer. India Homer bursting out of nowhere, and India Homer's going to win it. India Homer wins from Longliner.
Is India Homer getting his first stakes win for trainer Henry Marino, as he proves best as he comes out of that cavalry charge to the wire for a 1.5 score. Longliner at a price gets the 2nd spot. Native Desert finishing in the show position. India Homer goes the mile on the grass in 1:37 flat. And our final race from Cal Cup Day on Saturday afternoon, of course, is the Cal Cup Classic, 1.5 furlong. The distance, purse, $250,000 in guaranteed money. It was to have been the first start for Cavanier since his Belmont Stakes easing a couple of years ago, but just 2 days before the race came up with a minor injury to his hind quarter, and that coming out party has been put on hold again. Nonetheless, a very exciting Cal Cup Classic. Let's take a look at him. Here's Trevor's call.
Oh, way to go. Bud Royale is out quickly in the pink colours. Mateo in the white blinkers up alongside, and Kingdom Found down at the rail. Bagshot going to drop in behind these leaders, and then back to Pacific Bounty, who's second last. Funny Tail content to trail early is 11 off the leaders. They head to the 7/8 pole, and Bud Royale setting off at a good pace, leads it by 2 lengths. Mateo second and Kingdom Found third. Bagshot has settled down in the 4th spot. He's 6 lengths off that leader. Pacific Bounty is racing back second last, and then it's 5 more to Funny Tail. They race in single file, 3/4 of a mile to go, and Bud Royale, nice and relaxed out here, takes them along a decent pace, 1.5 lengths in front. Mateo is quite content to just sit back in the 2nd spot, and Kingdom Found outside of him. Here's Bagshot in 4th, now 5 off the leaders, another 1.5 lengths to Pacific Bounty, and then a gap of 6 lengths back to the long shot Funny Tail, who's trailing. They have a 1/2 mile to go in the Wells Fargo California Cup Classic, and it's still Bud Royale in front, 3/4 of a length to Mateo. Kingdom Found is right there third. Bagshot has now dropped 8 lengths off the leaders. Pacific Bounty starting to pick it up inside of him. Less than 3/8 to go, and Bud Royale now getting the rein shaken at him to pick it up. Mateo's running a big one today. Mateo up alongside, and now Bagshot and Pacific Bounty start their runs. Kingdom Found something wrong today. He faded quickly at the top of the lane, and Bud Royale digs deep and finds more. Mateo up alongside. Bagshot running on down at the rail third, but Bud Royale has just got a heart of steel on the lead, and he won't give in. Bagshot coming flying on his inside now. Bud Royale, Bagshot closing late, but Bud Royale too good. Bud Royale's won it.
Well, Garrett Gomez was told by trainer Ted West, when the gates open, son, you just go and don't look back. Bud Royale, even money favorite, on the engine every jump of the way. This 5-year-old gets the 13th win of his career. Bagshot and Mateo, they'll be the runners-up in the Cal Cup Classic. I think if they went around again, they weren't going to catch Bud Royale. He was on the engine on Saturday afternoon as he rolls home to that length victory in 1:48.1. All right, excellent day at Santa Anita in Bay Meadows for all those state breds on Saturday. Now on Sunday afternoon at Santa Anita, we had 3-year-olds on the grass in the $250,000 Oak Tree Derby. 1.5 miles the distance. Let's take a look at these 3-year-olds. Here's Trevor's call.
And oh, way to go. Expressionist broke a little inwards, bumping with Master Carson. In the centre of the track, we have Takarian coming away well, but Expressionist is now going off to lead them. Down at the rail, Buccaneer is right there. Master Carson in the pink colours. And here's Dr. Fong on the outside, only 3 lengths off the leaders. Then back to Puerto Rico's racing back second last, and Ladies Den bringing up the rear. Only 6 lengths would cover them all. They run past the stands first time out, and Expressionist is the leader. Not in any hurry out here, but not crawling either. Takarian is racing right there second, and Dr. Fong on the outside, a close-up third. Buccaneer cutting the corner is only 2.5 off them. Master Carson races in the 5th spot. Here's Ladies Den just loping along in 6 lengths off the leaders, and another 3 back to Puerto Rico's. Onto the backstretch they go, and it's still Eddie De La Houssaye, an Expressionist, leading by 1/2 length. Takarian right there in second, and Dr. Fong a close-up third on the outside. Then we come back to Buccaneer and Master Carson. Ladies Den still has 6 lengths to make up, and another 4 to Puerto Rico's. A 1/2 mile to go now in the Oak Tree Derby. Expressionist at the rail, kept company by Takarian. Dr. Fong has been asked to pick it up in the 3rd spot now as he's sent after the leaders. Buccaneer down at the rail, then Master Carson. And let's see, Ladies Den is now starting his run. And here comes Ladies Den on the outside in the blue blinkers. And Ladies Den now breathing down the leaders next. At the top of the lane, Ladies Den on the grandstand side, being confidently ridden, strikes the front with 1/8 of a mile to go. And just look at this guy, Ladies Den, striding home, a comfortable winner of the Oak Tree Derby. An impressive win too by Ladies Den, just took it in his stride to win it easy.
Oh, Ladies Den, Gary Stevens, is he warming up for next Saturday? length and a half a score for trainer Julio Canani, a son of Din's Dancer, wins this Derby in hand for his 4th in a row. We had him down at Del Mar during the summer, and now we back here at Santa Anita winning yet another grass race for 3-year-olds. Dr. Fong sent off at even money and coming in here, making his first North American start, and had gained some notoriety as he had been finishing up behind the likes of Breeders' Cup Mile favorite Desert Prince. He stretches out to 1 mile and a furlong here, runs a very nice race for trainer Neil Drysdale, gets the place spot. We'll hear from him during the upcoming Hollywood meet. And finishing in the show spot is Buccaneer. Ladies' Din, slowing them all down, and there's plenty left in the stretch. Goes the 1 mile and a furlong in 1:50 and 1. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come back, we've got Aqueduct from opening day of last Wednesday right through Election Day coverage of the Tempted Stakes. The Big A is underway. Don't go away. We'll be right back after these messages.
Another Breeders' Cup Championship moment. The San Gabriel Mountains and Santa Anita Park provided a majestic setting for racing's regal lady. From start to finish, Lady Secret staged a Horse of the Year performance in the $1 million Breeders' Cup Distaff.
But it is Lady Secret who puts it in another gear as they turn for home. Lady Secret, another flawless performance.
For Lady Secret, this crowd-pleasing victory was her Breeders' Cup Championship moment.
Hi, I'm Barbara March, and I'm the latest Win for Life winner. And I love New York. Let's see, 1,000 a week for life. That's 500 hot dogs a week, every week. Or I could see 21 Broadway shows a week, 43 carriage rides, or exactly 666.6 subway rides. I think I'll take a cab. Oh well, there's always next week.
You keep living, we'll keep paying.
I wonder how much that costs.
All right, opening day last Wednesday at Aqueduct, we had 3-year-olds in the Discovery handicap at 1 mile and a furlong. $75,000 is the added purse. John Imbrial's in the announce booth. Here's his call of the Discovery.
3/4 went in 1:12, and they have not caught Early Warning. It's Early Warning still in front at the quarter pole. Early Warning by 3. Deputy Diamond is racing in second. Then it's Gulliver in third. Comic Strip is way on the outside. Then it's a Fleet Stancer, 1/8 of a mile to the finish. And Early Warning has extended the lead to 5. Early Warning in front. Deputy Diamond is second. It's going to be a front-running victory for Early Warning. 4.5 on the line.
Early Warning, Georgie Chavez. They put him on the lead, and nobody could catch him. A son of Summer Squall. Trained by Todd Pletcher, gets his first stake score. It just comes through the non-winners 2 other than condition, and now a stakes winner. Deputy Diamond finishing the second spot here, the favorite in the race. Then Gulliver gets the show money. Early Warning sent off nice 7-to-1 price too. Goes the 1 mile and a furlong, 1:48 and 4. All right, Saturday afternoon, 2 stakes for you from Aqueduct. Turn back the alarm for our fillies and mares. 1 mile and a furlong, $75,000. The added purse is Tom with the call of the Turn Back the Alarm.
And they're off. National Treasure is away first and angles over to the inside. Just in behind, it's Endowment, but from the outside, there goes Snit up and after the lead. Shoop on the outside and toward the rail, Tuzia. Into the clubhouse turn. It's Snit and Shoop racing 1-2. Tuzia runs in third position. Manoa's on the outside racing fourth. Pope goes Dream Girl running along comfortably in mid-pack, followed by National Treasure, who's under stout restraint. Endowment also well in hand under a snug hold there by Robbie Davis. 7 or 8 lengths back to Doers Rocks, who trails the field as they continue their run up the backstretch. The opening quarter in a sensible 24 2/5 seconds. It's Snit by 4, Shoop second by 5. Tuzia runs along in third position. as Snit continues to run along, opening up by 5 now. The half in 48-1. Shoop is second by another 5.5. Tuzia's coming under a ride at the half-mile pole, running in third. Poco's Dream Girl now launching a bit as they move into the turn, along with Manoa. A break of 4 back to National Treasure and Endowment. The trailer Doers rocks with 3 furlongs to go. It's Snit still in command by 3.5 lengths now. Shoop is cutting into the lead as they come to the quarter pole. Farther back, Poco's Dream Girl rallies up on the outside third. Manoa toward the inside fourth. National Treasure is fifth. Off the turn and into the stretch, it's Snit and Shoop, 1-2 at the 8th pole. Manoa rallies on the inside. Poco's Dream Girl coming hard from fourth. They still have to reel in Snit, who leads by 3. Shoop second, Manoa toward the inside. And they're coming down to the line, and it will be Snit, the wire-to-wire winner, by 2 on the line.
Snit, Johnny Velasquez on board, gets a wire job here by a length and 3/4, sent off at 3-1. Snit, trained by Barclay Tagg, won an allowance race during the Saratoga meet, and now goes down to Aqueduct and wins the Turn Back the Alarm over Manoa, with Shoop finishing in the place and show positions. Snit goes the mile and a furlong in a minute 51 seconds on the button. Okay, Saturday's 9th race. We're on the grass for the Knickerbocker handicap. The older horses at a mile and a furlong for a $100,000 added purse. Again, Tom Durkin with the call.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Lock breaks sharply down toward the inside. Windsox is under a ride right from the start. And Individual. Windsox with an aggressive early ride here. Out by 2.5. Individual runs back in second. And Glock is third. Psalm fourth. Musical Ghost down on the fence in 5th position. It's another 2 lengths back to Slicious and the Gray Let Good Times roll. 4 lengths back to Dixie Bayou. Dixie Bayou is 10 lengths from the front, and up front it's Windsox the leader. Individual tracks second as they move around the clubhouse turn. The opening quarter went in 23 4/5 seconds. They make the turn into the backstretch. Windsox free running on the lead. Individual running second by 2.5. Glock is about 4 lengths from the lead, and third position, Sam to his outside is 4th. Then it's Musical Ghost, unhurried in 5th position. A break of 3 to Let Good Times roll, and another 6 or 7 back to Dixie Bayou. Jorge Chavez trying to get him involved now with less than a half mile to go. And the opening half went in 48-1 with Windsox still on an uncontested lead. Migliore trying to mount a bid here with Individual, but it's still Windsox holding him off 3/4 of a length. Individual's in a full-out drive as they approach the top of the stretch. Glock runs in third. Musical Ghost down the rail running in 4th. Sam swings into action 4 wide 5th. Farther back, Let Good Times roll. It's still Windsox clinging desperately to the lead. Here comes Glock. Here comes Sam. Here comes Individual. 4 of them for the drive into the wire now. Glock on the outside. It's Glock. Short lead. Sam. Glock and Sam. Let Good Times roll. Flying at the finish in Musical Ghost. Sam and Glock noses on the line together.
Oh, mercy. Hang up the photo on this race. Saim with Johnny Velasquez winning both stakes on Saturday gets the nose down in time to nail Glock, Good Time Roll, Let Good Times Roll, and Musical Ghost, as you could throw a blanket over all 4 of them in an excellent Knickerbocker on Saturday. Sam sent off at 4-1 for the Shadwell Stables, trained by Kieran McLaughlin. Mr. Prospector runner here was second in the Kelso, just got beat ahead, now stretches out and loved the added extra 1/8 of a mile and gets up in the nick of time. Glock, Let Good Times Roll, and Musical Ghost, as we said, all right there in the time of 1:48-3. All right, now on Sunday afternoon, the Fillies and Mares took to the lawn in the Athena handicap, mile 16th, $75,000, the added purse on the race. Tom's gone to Kentucky, so John Imbrial's in the announce booth Here's his call of the Athena.
And they're off. American Dynasty is away well. On the outside is a Misty Hour. And down on the rail is Absolutely Queenie. Absolutely Queenie and American Dynasty vying for the lead. A gap of 3 to St. Blaine running in third. And Misty Hour is now in fourth. Rumpy Pumpy races fifth. Irish Daisy, Cart Star, and Natalie 2 all together. Then it's Tampico running in ninth, and All the Moves is 10th. They swing around the clubhouse turn, and Absolutely Queenie has gone up to get the lead, and Absolutely Queenie opens up a 5-length lead. The opening quarter in 23 seconds. Absolutely Queenie is in front. St. Blaine and American Dynasty heads apart second and third. Misty Hour, the outside, runs in fourth. Rumpy Pumpy has saved ground towards the inside in fifth. Cart Star is in between horses. On the extreme outside is Natalie 2. Tampico down on the fence. Then comes Irish Daisy, and trailing is All the Moves, the half mile, 47 and 2. Absolutely Queenie still in front, but the lead is down to a length. St. Blaine on the chase in second. Tampico has advanced on the inside to third. Then it's American Dynasty, followed by Rumpy Pumpy, Irish Daisy, Cart Star, and Misty Hour, and they head for home. St. Blaine on the outside, Tampico getting ground and getting through on the fence. Rumpy Pumpy now with a late move, but it's Tampico who has emerged with the lead. Rumpy Pumpy is second. Irish Daisy putting in a late run. Tampico in front. Irish Daisy chasing along with Rumpy Pumpy. It's Tampico to win the Athenia Handicap.
Tampico, Joe Bravo up for Barkley Tag. Very nice weekend for Barkley as he comes to New York and wins a couple of stakes. And this guy, they let her sneak up the rail. You see that? Nobody was guarding the rail, and Joe took advantage of it and gets a 1.25 length score. This gal is always on the board, first, second, third, or fourth. Hard-knocking runner here for Barkley. Irish Daisy from Leo's Barn is second. Rumpy Pumpy out of Chris Clement's barn, finishing in the show spot. Tampico sneaks through and gets the win in 1:42 and 4. All right, on Election Day, Tuesday, we had 2-year-old fillies going in the Tempted Stakes. They're at a flat mile, $100,000 in added purse monies. Let's take a look at them. Again, here's John Imbrial with the call.
And they're off. Tap Your Heels stumbled at the start. La Ville Rouge on the extreme outsides going for the lead. Tap Your Heels has recovered now and is up with the front runners. Also there is Oh What a Windfall, and towards the inside, Delicate Rose. Onto the main track, Tap Your Heels emerges with the lead. La Ville Rouge and Delicate Rose together, second and third. Then it's Oh What a Windfall, racing in between horses in fourth. It's 2.5 lengths to Blushing Deed in fifth. On the outside is Call Me Up. At the rail is Honorable. And a big gap back to the trailer, Carney's Creek. The first quarter, 23 and 3. It's Tap Your Heels leading by a little more than a length. Oh What a Windfall in between horses running in second. La Ville Rouge the outside in third. Delicate Rose dropping back now in fourth. Then it's Blushing Deed. Gets a bit closer. On the outside is Call Me Up. Honorable racing seventh. Big gap to the trailer, Carney's Creek. Half mile, 47 and 2. 3 of them across the track. In between horses, Oh What a Windfall. On the rail, Tap Your Heels. On the outside, La Ville Rouge. Those 3 at the head of the stretch together. La Ville Rouge on the outside puts her head in front. Oh What a Windfall is right there as Tap Your Heels drops out of it. Then it's Blushing Deed, Call Me Up, and Honorable coming down for the 16th pole. Oh What a Windfall now gets a short lead. La Ville Rouge fighting back on the outside. Oh What a Windfall. La Ville Rouge. Oh What a Windfall wins the Tempted.
Oh, what a windfall. Your matron winner comes back and gets another victory for Shug and Denny Phipps by a half length. Jerry Bailey up 8-5. Second choice in the wagering on Tuesday, beating La Ville Rouge and Honor a Bull for the show money. Oh, what a windfall goes the mile in 1:39 and 4. And our final race on the show this week is the race from Down Under, Flemington Race Course, this year's running of the Melbourne Cup from Tuesday afternoon. It's a national holiday in Australia when they run this race. It's 2 miles, of course, on the grass. The purse on the race, $2.8 million in Australian currency. Let's take a look at them roll Down Under in Australia for this year's Melbourne Cup.
They're racing in the Cup, and they've caught them in just about a perfect line. Darazari jumped out well. Faithful Son will end up about 6th or 7th in the early part. Three Crowns have jumped well with a stablemate, Peak of Perfection. They're both going forward. Jezebel across from a wide alley. Gold Guru forward in the early part. Second coming up there, Faithful Son, Darazari. Not far behind those runners was Perpetual Check and also Arena. Torfin's Melody up forward. Aerosmith just in front of it. Sheer Danzig midfield. Easing back across, but 3 wide. Champagne's in about 10th spot early. Perpetual Check, badly checked. Skybow all but fell. So nearly a bad fall in the early part of the race. Skybow back onto his feet, but they were badly checked, those 2 runners. Heading down the straight, they still jostle for the lead. 3 Crowns tackled by second coming, and Aerosmith, who's 3 wide. Gold Guru 4th, a length and a half away was Arena. Jezebel has settled well. Then Faithful Son outside Darazari. Peak of Perfection next on the inside of Torfin's Melody. Then Yorkshire midfield, the inside of Champagne. Travelling wide was Persian Punch, and then Sheer Danzig, who got over to the rails. Perpetual Check next. The Hind 3 deep and Skybow the centre, then Markham and Doremus, 2 lengths Ancient City. Yippee-I-Yo, Tie the Knot, Jostic second last, and Count Shivers at the rear of the field. 1800 to go down the side, and the leader is 3 Crowns by a length and a half. Running second coming, 3 lengths away Aerosmith. Arena, the 3-year-old 4th. In 5th spot, Gold Guru, then Darazari. Persian Punch off the track, 3 deep around Jezebel. Peak of Perfection on the rails, and then Faithful Son. Next is Yorkshire from Sheer Danzig, Torfin's Melody. Champagne a bit worse than midfield from Perpetual Check. The Hind 3 deep, and then Skybow and Markham. Yippee-I-Yo getting back from Doremus, Ancient City, Tie the Knot. Jostic's on the outside of Count Shivers, who's last, and about 12 lengths off the lead. Inside the 1400, and 3 Crowns a length and a half in front. Second coming is second, 4 lengths away Arena. On its outside was Aerosmith, Gold Guru 3 deep, and then Darazari. Right off the track was Persian Punch, Jezebel in the centre. Then came Peak of Perfection on the inside of Faithful Son. He's 6 lengths off the lead. Next Yorkshire on the rails from Sheer Danzig, and then came Champagne. The Hind has never been on the track. He's around Champagne, and then came Perpetual Check and Skybow. Further out on the track then as they come down towards the 1,000 metres. Markham on the rails from Tie the Knot. Doremus ahead of it. Ancient City going forward 3 deep. Yippee-I-Yo's about midfield. Count Shivers well back, and so was Jostix. 800 to go. And Persian Punch wide up, moved up to hit the lead. Gold Guru trying to go with him. Aerosmith has scrubbed up. 3 Crowns on the rails from second coming under pressure. Jezebel behind them, and Faithful Son working into it stylishly with Torfin's Melody. Around the turn in the Cup, and it's Jezebel going up to Persian Punch. Faithful Son wider than Torfin's Melody. Champagne runs into it. Aerosmith looked beaten, then Darazari. Jezebel the leader. Here's the other mare, Champagne. Champagne looming up to Jezebel. Then Torfin's Melody. Perpetual Check battling on Faithful Son. It's the mares, Champagne, Jezebel. Clear from Yorkshire, Torfin's Melody. Champagne in front of Jezebel. Persian Punch and Torfin's Melody. Champagne and Jezebel. Jezebel's fighting back on the rails and won the Cup. Jezebel fought back to win and beat Champagne at Quinella for the mares. Then
Well, here's a story and a half, folks. Jezebel, the neck winner with Chris Muntz in the irons over Champagne with Persian Punch third in Tuesday's Melbourne Cup. Both Jezebel and Champagne are New Zealand breds, sired by the New Zealand stallion Zabeel, and they were the only 2 girls in the race. Jezebel, a 6-year-old mare, and Champagne, the 4-year-old mare, or filly, we should say. Fantastic race. Brian Jenkins, the trainer of Jezebel. Jezebel won the Auckland Cup in New Zealand, had a terrible trip in the Caulfield Cup, and now comes back and wins the most prestigious race in Australia by that neck, and paid $24 Australian to boot in Melbourne on Tuesday. Champagne thought she had it won, but the other mare just came and got her as she settles for a hard-earned second-place spot. And Persian Punch rounds out the 24-horse field. Three Crowns, unfortunately, broke down, as you saw there, in deep stretch and was humanely destroyed. Jezebel, Chris Muntz go the 2 miles at Melbourne on Tuesday in 3:18 and 2. Okay, that's it for the replays for this week. Now let's get into our notes department. And of course, you all know Breeders' Cup Saturday is this week down at Churchill Downs in Louisville. The Breeders' Cup races, the 7 championship races, get underway with first post being 125. And they've changed the order back to the original format going back to 1984. The 2-year-old Colts, the juvenile, leads off the Breeders' Cup this year, followed by the juvenile fillies, then the sprint, then the mile, then the distaff, then we have the turf, the 1.5-mile turf, and then we have the epic $4 million Breeders' Cup Classic. So please make a note of that for those of you trying to get involved with the Breeders' Cup Pick 6. Remember, it's not a Pick 7 anymore. We're eliminating the juvenile, the 2-year-old Colts. So it's the fillies, sprint, mile, distaff, turf, and classic for your Pick 6s. And then the first Breeders' Cup race, of course, the 2-year-old juveniles. And the winner of that automatically gets the Goat Horn Jinx, the poor horse, for next year's 3-year-old season. We hate to say that, but it's true. Other races we'll have on the show for you besides the Breeders' Cup next week. They're running the Yellow Ribbon at Santa Anita, a very prestigious turf race for the fillies and mares at 1.25 miles. Naturally, we'll have that race for you. Churchill Downs has several other stakes over the weekend. In fact, the whole card on Saturday afternoon is stakes racing action. They've got a few on Friday, so we'll cover all of that for you as well. As far as the Breeders' Cup races themselves, as you've been following along, there's been defections right along, most notably losing Sharp Cat on Saturday or Sunday because she tied up so badly when a siren went off because there was a loose horse on the track Saturday morning. She just fell apart, and they had to pump liter upon liter of fluid into her. She dehydrated and almost went into shock, so she was withdrawn from the distaff. That leaves it for Banshee Breeze, our Alabama winner, to see what she can do for trainer Carl Naska. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's take them in the order in which they'll be run. The juvenile is the first one. I'm going to look at Nicky Zito's horse. That was an impressive performance in New York on preview day. The groom is red. And I'll give Lemon Drop Kid another shot. Perhaps he didn't like the off-going that he found at Belmont on that day a couple of weeks ago. I'm kind of discounting the Lucas horses. He's got 2 entries in here, loaded for bear, but this seems to me they might have some distance limitations. The juvenile fillies, I can't get much further than the 2 we've seen all season long out in the West Coast. Excellent Meeting and Silver Bullet Day. I think Excellent Meeting gets a tad the nod over Silver Bullet Day. In the sprint, I was impressed with a firm success closing day at Saratoga, and I've seen nothing to dissuade me from that, including the West Coast horses who have all taken turns beating each other. So I'm going with Dick Schosberg and affirmed a success. Rich Schosberg and affirmed success to win the sprint. In the mile, traditionally a race that the Europeans clean up on, and they love the cool weather at Churchill Downs. Desert Prince will get the call here. Be very interesting to see what Favorite Trick does. He took to the grass, as you know, very, very nicely in that Keeneland race, and he'll be at a little bit of a price. And remember, folks, he loves to win races. Very, very competitive horse. You might want to use Favorite Trick in your gimmick wagers. The distaff, as we just mentioned a few moments ago with the loss of Sharp Cat, now it's Banshee Breeze's race to lose. Remember, she's a 3-year-old. She got to beat Asina and Tommy Sue's Delight, but I think she can do it. The 1.5-mile turf, if you were impressed with Royal Anthem, as I was in that Canada race we had a couple of weeks ago, Remember, this horse has only been beaten once, and that was to Swain and He'll Rise. How good is Royal Anthem? Stevens loves him. That's my pick in the 1.5 miles. And now, for the $4 million Classic, I may be kicking myself at about 6 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, but I'm going with Silver Charm to beat Skipway. And both of them have been training so brilliantly, but I just keep in mind that Silver Charm loves Churchill Downs, and Skipway just may not quite take to the peanut buttery surface that we know is at Churchill Downs. But use your own discretion, and folks, just enjoy this. All sorts of wagers available here at OTB. It's just going to be a fantastic day of racing action. Just savor it all and enjoy the day for our 7 great championship races, and we'll talk about them all again next week. So, as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfeseder here. So long, everybody. Enjoy the